Good morning, Mishan. Good morning, everybody, and welcome again to Love Wins Live Forum. I'm Rana Kapili Bonifacio, Editor-in-Chief of Inspirations.ph, and thank you for joining me and Miss Sharon this morning. Kamusta kayo, Miss Sharon?
Hello, Rona. Good morning. I'm good. I'm good. Syempre, ang story of my life the past 2 days is medyo flaky ang aking internet connection. But other than that, uh, maganda at masaya ang aking Saturday morning.
Yes, I
Good
think a lot of
morning.
people were
Oo.
experiencing that, no?
Yes, oo. So, I'd like to say good morning to those who are tuning in with us. For those who have just tuned in, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. We are now on our 26th episode. And for those of you who have been with us since we started this journey, maraming salamat po for supporting us, watching us every Saturday morning. Hindi biro, Rona, na gumising ng maaga on a Saturday.
Yes,
Oo,
yes.
lalo na especially those who are still working from home
Mm-hmm.
kasi wala kang, parang it's just one continuous day. So salamat po for waking up every Saturday just to catch our live broadcast. So 26th edition po. So congratulations to you, Rona, for
To
the
us, of course.
to us. Oo. At saka congratulations to you. Also, ay i-mention ko lang, iyayabang ko lang, because you were interviewed by brides.com, di ba? Ayan,
Yes.
na-interview ka. For yung inputs mo about Filipino weddings, yon. Sa mga hindi familiar, brides.com is one of the biggest publishing online siya, no? Tsaka actual magazine
Yes,
na
and I think one of the
wedding.
main funding. Yes.
Yeah. Oo. So ano siya, New York based, and our very own Love Wins moderator at Inspirations Editor-in-Chief. She was interviewed for an article. Siya yung kinonsult na expert on yung kailangan for a Filipino wedding. Yeah. So congratulations to you too, Rona. And
Thank you.
congratulations to us for reaching itong 26th episode natin.
Yes. So last week, yun nga, it was our 25th episode. And, Miss Sharon and I didn't want to just do things the way we did. We wanted to do something special. And it was also timing, I guess, that there was a good cause to rally behind Sakto for the 25th episode that we did. And so last week, if you joined us, thank you so much for joining Bangon Kapatid, the fundraiser telethon that we launched here, of course, at our Love Wins live forum. And thank you for your support and your generosity, and for donating and giving to wedding suppliers who've been badly hit by Typhoon Ulysses. So we want to also, just share what happened since we did the telethon. I have a short video that I will put in the screen in a bit. But we were able.
Nakakatuwa, oo.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, nakakatuwa because we were able to raise, well, it was 100,000. Last, we closed kasi Monday night. So by Tuesday morning, we had 100,000. But I think when did we have the turnover? Wednesday? Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, pero Wednesday night, may donation that came in from all the way from Belgium.
Yes.
So, additional 9,000. So, 109,000 pesos. Ayan, that's our, kaya dalawa yung check that we turned over to the Philippine Association of Wedding Planners. Um, we met with them Thursday morning to turn over the donations that we raised through Bangon Kapatid. So, ang process niyan, Rona, is that kasi the other half. Last weekend, we raised the funds, but the other half of the program is that if you know of any wedding supplier or ikaw mismo as a wedding
Yes.
supplier, you have been affected by Typhoon Ulysses. Binaha ka, nasira ang tools of your trade, to you can nominate that friend or you can nominate yourself. So there is a form you fill out, and that is the process now. It's with Philippine Association of Wedding Planners, and they're going through the applications to make sure also na verified yung information, even if verify nila before they give the fund to the beneficiary. So I think parang 4 'no, yung, mabibigyan natin ng, kulang-kulang na 30,000 or it's about 27,000 plus kasi they will divide the proceeds, equally.
Yes.
Ayan, so yun. So we will be hearing from the Philippine Association of Wedding Planners siguro by next week, ah, kung kanino, sino yung naging beneficiaries natin for this project. So thank you so much to those that generously gave to this project. At maraming salamat kasi we will be able to help our fellow wedding suppliers get back on their feet again. Nakakaano, Rona, no? Parang ang bigat kasi when you read ang bigat sa
Yes.
dalhin because when you read their application, some of them hanggang second floor ng bahay, and they were not able to save anything, no? Mga
Correct.
nakatira sa
Yeah. And
Marikina and Rizal
kasama
area.
yung, I think we have, di ba, some entries na kasama din talaga yung tools of the trade. Kumbaga,
Yes.
it's not just their homes, but also the things that they need for their livelihood. And that's why we did back on kapatid. That's why.
Yes, oo. Oh, and maganda yung nominees na pumasok because there's from Marikina, may from Rizal. In fact, somebody nominated a supplier based in Cagayan, Lalo Cagayan. And that place is until now may tubig pa rin ata. Well, as of the time we turned over, yung supplier that was nominated from that place, medyo hindi pa sila okay as of Thursday. So, thank you for nominating your friends. Again, we just want to of course, maraming efforts tayo for all the victims of the Typhoon Ulysses, but this one is really targeting wedding suppliers who have been affected, so that they can get back on their feet again. Yung mga mabili nilang ibang gamit na nasira ng bagyo with a starter fund from this project. So thank you so much, and bahala na po ang Panginoon na mag-bless sa inyo, na ibalik po yung blessing na shinare niyo po para sa ating fellow
Yes.
wedding suppliers.
Thank you so
Ayan.
much. Hindi po magkukulang, I think. Yun.
Yes. Oo, magandang way to bounce back, 'di ba?
Yes. So
Malaking
actually,
tulong.
this is our 26th episode, and we have been on air every Saturday since May. But that was actually the very first time that Miss Sharon and I saw each other in the flesh. For
Yes.
months. And
For
8 months, maybe the longest we've not seen each other since we've worked together. And also, especially now that we're also, on air weekly. So it was nice to see each other and wave and
yes.
say hello from with our masks on and smile. But
Right.
it was
Oo.
good. So we hope that you also are having a good weekend. And thank you for joining us this morning as we talk about planning your wedding and the new normal setting. So the whole idea of this morning's episode is that we realize that planning weddings now is not a bit, no, but it's quite different compared to how we were planning weddings before COVID, before the pandemic. And we know that a lot of couples are now getting engaged. In the beginning of the pandemic, people were getting married because they were engaged before the pandemic and they had their weddings
Yes.
planned and all of that. But now we're seeing more and more couples say, you know what, I want to get married. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Who cares if there's COVID? Let's do it. And
Yeah.
the way to plan your wedding now is a bit different. And hindi na po, I don't think we're seeing a lot of the long engagements anymore. No, I will talk about this more, but ako personally, I've been seeing that couples are doing months na lang. They're planning their wedding in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Hindi na tulad before na very normally 1 year from proposal
Yes.
date, from
Yes.
getting engaged to your wedding date. So we're gonna ask the
Oo.
experts who were guesting this morning. Of course, Miss Marg Baula or Margarita Baula of Events Republic is with us this morning, and Kim Torres of Kim Torres Events. Ayan.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oo.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Yan. Ron, I'd like to say lang that these two are, one of the most sought after wedding planners, organizers in the industry. So, nagkataon lang that there is an ongoing pandemic, kaya siguro na na-catch natin sila on a Saturday morning. But otherwise, this time of the year,
Oh,
hindi
yeah.
mo na makakausap ang mga yan, no? Ikaw, March, 14 years of wedding planning, no? So talagang wala na, hindi na natutulog at this time. But because nga may pandemic, a lot of the planning na ginagawa ngayon are being done like this, online. So thank you so much for squeezing. Alam ko, busy pa rin, pero because medyo home base, half or more than half of our work, na squeeze in nila tayo sa kanilang schedule. Kasi sabi mo nga, Rons, we've been seeing people actually pushing through now with their weddings. Or kung wala man silang plan noon after being in lockdown for 9 months, sabi nga nila, we have the longest lockdown in the world. Nag-decide na sila na pakasal na tayo. Diba? Tama ba yun, Kim? Nababalitaan ko minsan parang 1 month in the making lang ang wedding planning. So,
Yeah, mayroon pa 3 days
definitely.
before.
3 days before
Diba?
yung booking mo. Wow.
Oo. Yan yung biglang, diba, parang, okay, ayusin na natin ang paperwork.
Go na
Paglabas
lang,
ng paperwork,
go na lang
tapos
natin.
Yan. Oh, and kasi because of the pandemic, I think, couples are realizing na hindi mo alam what's going to happen.
Yes, yeah.
Ulitin ko, kasi ngayon, parang when you go out, is really very traffic already. Nung nagkita tayo, Ron,
Yes.
I think naghiwa-hiwalay tayo at 3:30. I stopped sandali lang because nandun lang yung derma clinic. I just picked up some medicine from our doctor. Alam mo, umabot ako ng bahay, mag-8 o'clock na. I mean, traffic was that bad. So, parang normal na when you go out. But we'd like to remind everybody, the pandemic is still there. We are still in a pandemic. Okay, so although may news of a good news of a vaccine, sabi nga ng mga experts, ano muna, we've waited this long, hintay pa tayo konti na lang. Okay, but that is the light at the end of the tunnel. So, para pulido, di ba? But there is still an ongoing pandemic. So I think this is also the reason why naiba na ang process of planning for a wedding. And that's why we have our guest now. Kasi gusto nating itanong, ano na ba ang checklist ngayon?
Yes.
Diba? Iba, diba? Kasi dati may ano yun 6 months before the wedding, ito dapat nang ginagawa mo. 3 months before. Diba? Tapos hanggang 2 weeks, hanggang 5 days before. But Kim, as you said, 3 days to go.
Yeah,
Diba?
3 days to go, 2 days to go.
So, but that's on the day
So, yan ang
order,
ating
obviously. When yung sinabi yung kwento mo na 3 days before, that's an on the day.
They think na they're just getting on the day. Pero when you check their list, kasi usually we review diba, kami coordinators.
Right, yeah.
Wala, parang anday pang wala. So eventually parang full coordination din siya.
Oh, okay. So, yan. Kaya yan yung una nating tanong, no? If you're watching, you just got engaged, kaka-propose na, una, congratulations, best wishes, haba ng hair mo, girl. We're so happy for you. But, so I just got engaged. Where do I start? Ayan, Miss Marg, meron ba kayong thoughts? Ano ba ang unang kailangan nilang gawin? Pagkatas nila makababa from that cloud 9 of
From cloud.
yes,
Pag
diba?
Ayan, so good morning everyone. So the question is, you just engaged, where do I start, diba? So congratulations, during this pandemic time, na-engage ka pa. So that's a big thing already, diba? So that means love conquers talaga. Tuloy ang kasal, love wins. So because of that, tama ka na yung checklist natin may a little bit of changes, pero it's more of the protocols or mga regulations na we are trying to implement now. So usually kailangan natin i-consider is figuring out the budget, which is lagi naman yung nandiyo dyan. Either pandemic or not pandemic, we really need to check kung how much are we save, both the bride and the groom or yung soon to wed. So yun yung pinakauna siguro na dapat natin i-consider. From that budget, you will now identify up to what extent yung mga expenses, yung say for example, yung downsizing of the guests, something to that effect, at saka kung saan yung venue that you are trying to, yung mga ideal venues ninyo. So perhaps yun yung pinakang unang-una na kailangan i-consider, either pandemic or not pandemic. Now, yun na-mention ko a while ago, regulations, kailangan din nating i-execute during the wedding. So, dapat stay informed yung ating mga soon to wed. So, you have to consult your partner as well as yung members of the family. If you got engaged, kayong dalawa super excited kayo to get married. We have to consult then yung parents. Yes, you guys are in love with each other, na-engage kayo, pero okay ba tayong mag-wedding at this time of pandemic? So we have to check din kung may a-attend ba sa natin. Are there guests or special loved ones natin who's going to attend our wedding? Yun yung mga dapat nating i-consider. And madami pang dapat nating i-consider from the venue, kung saan tayo papakasal. So for example, yung bride or yung groom, san ba yung municipality nila? So if ever we check which part ang less yung mas restrictions, lalo na pagka talagang should we say urgent na kailangan magpakasal sila during this time of pandemic.
So, una pa rin ba yung locking in the date? Diba, syempre kasi if you're going to ask suppliers, halimbawa, there's an event stylist that I really, really want to book na dream ko, na kailangan siya gumawa ng mga bulaklak ko, right? Ang una nilang tinatanong is, do you have a date? Tama ba? Is that still that's still the first thing?
Very important pa rin, ma'am, yung date.
The date.
Because yung reservation of the team, yung kumbaga yung best team, yun yung ibibigay natin for the couple who would want to save the date.
Right. So first is the date, and that comes with obviously your ceremony venue, if it's a church or if you're
garden
not
wedding
in a Catholic church, in your ceremony and reception venues, no? Tama? Yun yung una mong kailangan ma-lockdown.
Yes.
The major suppliers usually.
Who are the major suppliers, Kim, in your opinion?
In my list, in my opinion. Well, yung sabi nga ni Marg kanina, you'll have to ask nga the date, diba? So, ako naman, when you are getting married nowadays, you have to adapt kasi if ano yung mga nangyayari. So, number one, when you got engaged, you have to at least plot kailan season ba ako? Tagulan ba? Summer ba? Christmas ba? Diba? Something like that. And then after that, usually we ask the couples, do you have a dream wedding? Do you have a dream supplier? Do you have a dream team? So yung major suppliers na yan, that's the photo and video kasi that's your lifetime souvenir. Of course, the location, the church, and then the venue. And of course, us coordinators kasi ngayon, ang hirap ng walang coordinator.
Yeah.
Sino mag-guide sa'yo, diba? So when you ask those basic questions, pag meron na siyang venue, you have to check with the venue of the guidelines. Kasi ngayon, may kanya-kanyang guidelines yung mga LGUs per location. Na-mention nga kanya ni Miss Sharon, sa Pasay, ang dami pang hindi ina-approve ng mga operations, di ba? So, same with the other municipalities and yung mga cities. Yun. So, for the other major suppliers naman, it really depends din kung saan willing gumastos si client. Minsan kasi they are very much willing to spend with high-end stylists like Gideon, Teddy Manuel, Michael Ruiz, di ba? So, dun sila
Exhibitors natin
nakafocus.
yan.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why,
Yes.
diba? Or promote, no?
Oo.
GMT, diba? So, parang, it really depends on the couple kung saan sila willing gumastos. That's part of the major. Pero us, as coordinators, we have to remind them if saan dapat sila mas gumastos. Like, for example, sige, gumastos ka na ng magagaling na stylist kasi that's your dream wedding. Pero don't forget, you have to avail a professional photo and video kasi hindi naman natin mag-justify yung ganda ng wedding mo and ng moments kung hindi okay yung photo and video mo, di ba? Yan. And then, of course, part of the major suppliers, yung mga safety protocol suppliers ngayon, which is, for example, if the venue doesn't have a sanitation team or housekeeping team, you'll have to get another for that. Yun. So those are in my opinion, the major suppliers. Of course, the food pala. Baka sabi nila, nag-focus na ako sa stylist sa food, pero walang pakain. Yeah, the food, of course.
So you mean to say that there is a sanitation supplier? Talagang supplier?
Sanitation team, meron.
Yeah. Kasi not all venues naman po, may ganon. May capabilities to provide that. Kasi not all clients as well are willing to pay for that. Diba? Pero tayo, we want na as much as possible. We want to protect our couple, our guests, and all of us as well. Kasi umuwi tayo sa mga pamilya natin, diba? So, may ganun na rin po ngayon.
Ayan, nag-hello si Michael Ruiz sa atin, ang isa sa ating mga members ng GMT Philippines
Hi,
at
Sir
part
Mike!
ng part ng 11 ongoing 11.
Magaling na stylist, di ba? The Michael Ruiz, which is nasa siya ngayon, Nueva Ecija, Highland Valley Resort.
All the way from Nueva Ecija, pinapanood tayo ni Michael Ruiz at hello everyone. Ang question ko, because you mentioned nga yung dates, how easy or difficult is it? Kasi ako, coming from my experience, because as you know, we have an ongoing online bridal fair, the 11/11 year-end grand online bridal sale. Na Rona, kasama natin si Kim Torres dyan at si Marg, Baula. Sila ang isa sa mga wedding planners na kasama sa ating online sale. So, based on the statistics and data that we have gathered sa mga nagre-register nating soon to weds, ang dami na ang plan nila is hahabol sila ng, hindi naman ganun karami, pakonti na lang, hahabol ng 2020 weddings. Bulk is 2021. But when we looked at the data, walang mga dates. Ilan lang. So parang ano lang nila is, kasi ang question doon, do you have a wedding date? So yes or no. Tapos kung may wedding date ka, kailan ang wedding date mo? Tapos when do you plan to get married? So, nagpa-plan na sila. I think nagbo-book na sila. Pero wala pang wedding date. Tama ba yung observation ko na because nga nag-pandemic, so naggulo yung plans ng mga ikakasal supposedly ng 2020. Naghahanapan ngayon. Parang hindi ka tulad noon. Remember, Rona, when you got married? When I got married, may na-identify ka ng date eh. So parang plus minus ka na lang. But that's really the season na you'd like to get married. Parang ngayon ata naghahanap ng perfect fit na kasi you are also competing with the ones that have decided to postpone thinking that they can still have the big one late this year only to realize that there's still a pandemic and sasabihin nila na, sige, pakasal na talaga tayo. Either in December kung may mahanap tayo ng date or hanap tayo ng 2021 date, which is, I think, as of 2 years ago, sa data ng themes and motives, nagbo-book na rin eh. Kasi dati, di ba, ang planning nga 2 years or at the very least 1 year in the making. Oo, so ganun ba ang nangyayari rin sa inyo when they come to you? Para medyo fluid pa ang wedding dates nila?
Yeah, majority po.
They
Ganon.
have
So how do
3
you deal
options,
with
3
that?
dates.
Ayan. Oo.
Kasi in my
Meron bang
opinion,
gano'n? Kasi oo, parang medyo parang kagulo sila. Parang ang approach lang nila sa inyo, ayan, nawala ako. Ayan, I'm my back yan. Ang approach lang nila sa inyo is, we want to get married but we don't know how to start. May ganun bang cases?
Yes,
of course,
ma'am.
lalo kapag first time mo, syempre,
Tapos
yes.
ano,
First timer,
malabo
no?
pa ang details?
Pero
Yeah,
may
and
mga
actually,
options sila,
kasi,
ma'am, na binibigay ng mga dates. So, may options, 3
Di ba?
dates
So,
yan. Yung
do you,
priority date, tapos backup dates. Basta for them, they wanted to book their preferred supplier, parang pa-pencil book sila. And then, kung saan talaga mag-fit na talaga yung date na okay ang family members and mga friends na invite nila. Yun. Kumbaga, with the suppliers, open din naman sa kanila na naka-open yung dates nila, mga 3 options, 3 dates yan.
yeah. I think, Miss Sharon, yung mga nagro-rush booking na humahabol ng 2020 and then wala pa silang specific date, these are the couples na, alam mo yon, we are in indefinite situation and then uncertainties, lahat sobrang even tayo, di ba? We don't know what will happen tomorrow. So sila, ito yung mga couple gusto na ikasal. Kasi you don't know what will happen next year or next year. Pero this year, kahit gusto na ikasal this year, they'll have to ask yung mga family members nila, the guests nila, the suppliers availability. That's why nakahang. But ito, di ba before, nung wala pang pandemic, pag walang date, feeling natin scam, nagsistock lang, ganyan. Ngayon, I think it's very normal. Kaya nga nandito tayong suppliers to guide the clients, the couples na lost. Kasi even tayo, during the pandemic, yung na-lockdown tayo, na-lost din tayo for a while, di ba? Parang, oo nga, how do I restart? How do I reboot? How do I adapt? Parang gano'n. So ito, tuloy naman to. Kaya nga nagkakaroon tayo ng mga 3 days before, 1 week preparation, 2 weeks preparation because of these couples na gusto na talaga nilang ikasal. Pero uncertain talaga lahat. Plus, ito rin po yung parang nag-aabang na lang. For example, I want this venue. Pero si venue, binigyan sila ng parang, give us until this month. Kasi wala pa kaming guidelines, wala pa kaming approval. So, these are the couples. So, guide lang natin sila ng i-guide. It's normal. Para ito na yung mga kailangan i-adapt sa new situation natin.
So I guess one
for
thing
the
that go ahead, Miss Sharon.
Yeah, go ahead, Tons. Ikaw muna.
I was thinking that what I'm picking up, is that ganon din nga talaga yung value of having somebody by your side guiding you as you plan. Kasi si wedding coordinator, if you think about it, kahit anong date ang ibigay mo sa kanya, hopefully wala ka lang kasabay. But if you book the wedding coordinator, kahit fluid pa yung dates mo, pwede.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike other suppliers that need to appear on the day of your wedding, right? You really need to make sure you have a date. But with wedding coordinator, if I say sometime in June to July or parang Q3, we can already work together even if I don't have a lockdown date. Right? Because
it depends po, Miss Rona, sorry. Kasi like us, we only accept 1 event per day. So we still have to lock down. But these couples, kaya kanila kinuha because they want to work with you. They're willing to adjust with you. Parang ganon. Kasi ginaid mo sila. Kaya tutulungan namin ni Marja, ito yung available days namin. So dito tayo mag-a-adjust. Kasi ikaw yung kasama niya along the way. Kaya yung bodies during the wedding preparation.
And it's so important kasi nga, well, yun na, unang-una, I mean, it's, I get questions from friends who are getting married now, right? Like, what do I do first? What are the things I need to do? Mm-hmm. Of course, I am able to give input and advice. Pero iba din yung having a coordinator na number 1, knows people in the industry, and number 2, is able to guide you around what's going on. Kasi when I got married, there was no pandemic. Diba? I mean, it was very different circumstances. So there are probably things that...
It was a different world.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hindi pa nga smartphone yung kinasal ako So it was really a different world. And
Aray
that's
ko, talagang sinabi hindi pa smartphone. Paano na lang kaya nung kinasal ako?
sorry. BlackBerry, yun yung photo ko. At naaalala ko kasi, yun yung one of my photos is BlackBerry Messenger pa po, yung nagte-text kami nung husband ko ngayon. We were texting each other before the ceremony. Kaya, yeah, hindi pa smartphone nung kinasal ako. Anyway, the point is, that's the value of having a wedding coordinator with you. Not just for on the day, but even planning before and putting it together before. Let's say hi to your friends who are tuned in, of course, and saying hello. You have Mimi saying hello. I think she's saying hello from Dainty Cakes and Pastries. Good morning. And of course,
Morning.
Miss Marg, you have a hello.
That's a potential client.
Oh,
CJ. Oo.
and
Ayan,
Golden is saying
client.
hi. Heart. Hello, Golden Hills. Thank you for watching.
Ayan. Good
Also
morning,
part-
Golden Hills. Nanonood ang
And also part of our 11/11 year-end online bridal fair, di ba? Si Golden Hills. And of course, Agnes, good morning. I'm watching.
That's
Kim,
all.
ang galing mo talaga. Oh, di
Ang
ba?
galing-galing mo
That's why
talaga.
since
Wow.
birthday, galing na galing sa akin.
That's
Hello,
your...
Yaya.
Magaling naman talaga.
That's my yaya since birth. As in, nung pinanganak ako, siya na yaya ko. Hanggang sa anak ko. Kaya super galing na galing sa akin. Bias. Aya, morning.
Morning. So,
Morning.
you can also share this stream, no? If you are watching and you have friends who are getting married, or your fiance, you wanna make parinig something, go ahead, share this stream to him. He would know. Just the
Yeah.
comments. Ayan. So,
May tanong ako. Sabi natin ibang mundo na ngayon, 'di ba? Iba na rin nabago ng konti ang checklist. So does it still work for wedding planners like you? Dati may standard, 'di ba, yung wedding planning package, depending on yung service na kukunin. So merong full coordination, may halfway or intermediate coordination, at merong day coordination.
Yes.
Does that still exist now in this pandemic era?
Sino muna? Ikaw muna, Marge.
Okay.
Sige.
Siguro si Marge.
Yeah.
Marge, ikaw muna.
Yeah, those packages still applies pa rin naman. Pero usually, kumbaga, on the day talaga yung talagang laging ino-order sa amin, sa team namin yung on the day booking because of the pandemic. So it still applies. So even the rate, so we just need to adjust lang on the protocols. And yun po usually yung ano natin.
Yeah. For me naman, well, we have different services, di ba? We have different, packages tayong mga, kahit pare-pare tayong coordinators. Now, along the way, usually, kinukuha na lang ng mga clients are the semi or the on-the-day. Kasi nagtitipid din because of the pandemic. But kasi as the coordinator, hindi mo naman sila iiwanan eh. You will never leave them behind, di ba? Leave them behind, di ba? So, may konting help. Like, for example, on the day na lang yan. So, basically, 100% turnover na lang dapat yan. And then, at least 2 to 3 meetings. Pero now, you'll have another extra meetings talking about the safety protocols, talking about the guidelines, diba? And then, again, sabi ko nga kanina, may mga on the day na parang few days na lang. Sortihan na lang, na-open ka pa, diba? Kasi nag-adjust yung other weddings natin. But you're still open. You'll have to check from start to finish. Na which is part of the full coordination. So these times kasi are the perfect timing then to help each other eh. So medyo kakalimutan mo na muna. For me lang, medyo kakalimutan mo na muna yung, strict ako. Wala kang RSVP. Yeah, ito yung package natin. Parang ganon. Now kasi parang kahit pa paano, we are very flexible. Kasi at least, ako actually thankful pa nga sa mga couple na pinupush nila yung wedding nila this year. Kasi they are showing us na namomotivate din yung event industry natin. Na parang, guys, we are coming back. Diba? So, instead of magdamot ka sa client mo because of the package they got from you, baka ito yung pwedeng i-charity help mo na. The extra service that you can help them. So there. Yun yung, for this year ko yan ha. Pero kasi next year, syempre, baka naman nakabalik
Back to
na tayo.
normal.
Baka naman i-take
Oo.
advantage ka.
No, but the
Oo.
truth is, I think couples also need to understand that the reason we are in this business is because we really wanted to get married. We believe in love. We believe in marriage. So hindi din naman talaga, hindi nabibila. You know what I mean?
Yes
It's
po.
not. It's really, of course, we understand professionalism and all of that, but to the best of our abilities, we will get you down the altar. Di ba? Yun lang naman talaga yung
Yes.
kasirahan din natin yun. Di ba? That's why we push for couples to get married. And this is why it's great to have professionals with you. People who will cheer you on.
Yes.
Kasi it's
Yeah.
emotional roller coaster, no? Kahit walang pandemya, wedding planning can be an emotional roller coaster. And having a wedding coordinator with you, a wedding planner with you, really helps also as a little sounding board. Pag may mga problema, may parang, hey, itong supplier na to nagka-problema, or si venue nagkaroon ng sanitation issue, what do I need to do? But most important, I want to bring this up because Kim was already able to kind of touch on it, is that wedding coordinators now are so important more than ever in our opinion. Me and Miss Sharon. No, hindi ko na sasabihin si Kim tsaka si Miss Marg. Kami ni Miss Sharon. But it's so important because now what is added on to their job description is the safety protocols, is ensuring that safety protocols are followed even before you arrive. Kumbaga, ingress pa lang, problema na nila yung safety protocol. Kahit wala si bride and groom dyan, kahit nagpapasok pa lang ng table, nagpapasok pa lang ng bulaklak, iniisip na nila na, dapat may social distancing si supplier. Dapat nakamask. Dapat naghugas ng kamay, and all of these things. It's not just actually on your ceremony or on your reception, but it's all throughout. And
Yes.
we've said repeatedly in our live streams, no, na as the bride and as the groom, we hope that you would enjoy your day, appear there, smile, wave, accept your gifts. And huwag niyo na po sana problemahin yung, oy, tita, masyado kang malapit kay mommy. Social distancing naman kayo, di ba?
Yeah,
That's what Kim and Marge are here to do now.
Dagdag sa trabaho, di ba? Pero,
Yan actually
parang
yung
police
nadagdag
actually,
sa description. And actually, ma'am, yung nadagdag sa
Actually, sa
description of the coordinators.
that's true.
Yung ensuring the safety protocols.
At hindi siya biro.
Kaya nga
Hindi
dapat
siya
they should
biro.
hire.
Yes, ma'am.
That's true.
Nare-rest po yung
Kaya
life po ng
kailangan,
coordinators.
I was about to say, para kayong sa wedding industry, sa celebrations, kayo yung frontliners. You
Yes.
go before everybody else does, diba? You go and check things out for us to make sure that pagpasok namin, okay na lahat. Okay lahat tumatakbo. Okay, I just wanna backtrack a bit because yun nga, sabi mo kanina, Kim, diba? Syempre bang first time mo talaga, whether pandemic or hindi. Sabi mo rin, Marge. Talagang kung ikakasal ka, hindi mo, not unless kinasal ka na before, talagang wala kang idea. Ano bang una mong gagawin? And that's why you have the professionals there to guide you. Specifically, the wedding planners. Kaya importante, from the start, na naka-factor in yan sa'yo na kukuha ka ng wedding supplier, no, at a certain point of your planning. Okay, let me just backtrack a bit because we have already touched on it, yung mga on the day, semi or intermediate coordination, and the full coordination, which is now nag-overlap because there's a pandemic. But can you just take us through for the benefit of those na wala talagang clue? Kasi sa atin basic knowledge na yan, na pag sinabi mong on the day, ano ang on the day? Pag semi, anong hanggang saan? At anong kino-cover ng full? So, kung ikakasal ako, and those who are watching, yung mga engaged, okay, can you give us a little lang ng bird's eye view? Ano-ano ba tong stages na to? So that yun nga, ma-appreciate din nila when you say, actually, on the day lang yung binook sa akin, pero pandemic to, tulungan na lang tayo. So, parang full coordination na rin. Okay, so, can you please take us through what does it mean when I'm booking a full coordination, ang on-cover nun, ang halfway coordination, at ang on the day? Maybe ikaw, Kim, can talk about it very briefly, and ikaw rin, Marge, dun sa packages ninyo.
Okay po. We usually have 3 different packages, which is the full, semi, and on the day. For the full coordination, ito usually we recommend this to the clients who are based abroad and super busy dito. Yung tipong hirap din mag-schedule nung time nila. So here, from scratch, we do the pre-production, we do the conceptualization, and then we send Excel forms para yung pinaka-guide nila from start to finish. And then included in that is the RSVP listing. And then we usually have 7 to 8 coordinators kasi one is for the bride's management and then one's the groom's manager. And I am usually the overall director and event planner. That's why we only accept 1 event per day kasi nandun po talaga ako. And then we have 2 ceremony managers who oversee the overall flow of the church. And then we have 2 registration people and then 1 technical director para maiwasan po yung dead airs no sa mga audio. Kasi not all na nakaworking license songs are capable naman, di ba? So magandang meron tayong nakatutok doon. Plus, meron tayong safety protocol usher ngayon. Siya yung tipong pagdating pa lang nung suppliers namin sa prep, pag usually sa house, meron kami mga equipment na in-invest to disinfect the gamit of the suppliers. And then, for the full coordination, basically, you will also guide them sa legal papers management. So, these are the seminars, the birth certificate, the marriage license. So, sobrang matrabaho talaga si full coordination. But that's our favorite service kasi guided mo sila from start to finish. Yung budgeting nila, you can recommend suppliers na well-experienced. Parang, you will get professionals who really know their craft, diba? Kasi pag yung sa semi on the day, meron ka ng i-endorse na lang sa'yo. So, hindi mo lahat gamay, diba? So, there, usually full yon, as in talagang literally full. Sa semi naman po, this is usually the 6 months to 1 year preparation. Basically, 50% turnover na lang siya ni client. So, we usually send pa rin the Excel form for further guide kasi magandang template mo di ba? Para guided din siya si client po. Kasi, though, may mga couple akong masisipag na may sarili silang board, may sarili silang Excel sheet, pero may kulang-kulang. Minsan, the minimal details pa kayo nakakalimutan nila, di ba? So, 50% turnover siya. Same with the number of coordinators pa rin. Same with the guided RSVP, 50% kasi ito yung mga hindi talaga sumasagot pa. And then, of course, the timeline tsaka program planning, part of our description. And then, for the full and semi, pareho akong gumagawa ng mood board kasi I wanted to present always sa suppliers namin na may visuals kasi not all naman nakausap natin are in good communication. Sometimes they need visuals para yung expectation versus reality, di ba? Na-explain natin. Okay. For the on-the-day coordination, usually talaga on-the-day lang talaga dapat to. Minsan talaga, hindi lang natin mapigilan na mag-exert pa ng, di ba, ng service para pinapakailaman pa dapat na 100% may suppliers na yan. Pero minsan pinapakailaman mo pa pag kulang-kulang sila. Hindi ka mapakali, di ba? I think it runs in our blood na as coordinators, di ba? So on the day, same number of coordinators pa rin. And then we also provide pa rin yung mga QR codes and health declaration forms. We usually fill out pa rin the ingress and gate passes to suppliers. Yun lang, hindi na siya from pre-prod. Kasi halfway na yung nagawa di ba? Almost done na. And then before, we usually limit our number of meetings to 2 to 3 lang. Pero nowadays, again, that's yun yung sinasabi ko, I extended nga na, I'm not limiting my 2 to 3 meetings since virtual naman na usual meeting din natin. So, lesser time of driving around, diba, yung mga traffic. And then, ito kasi, as much as possible, you are troubleshooting ahead of time. Hindi ka na troubleshoot on the day. Para iniiwasan mo na yung mga possible scenarios. Kasi, na-experience mo na pagsalang natin after the pandemic, marami ka na na-experience na bago. So, basically, you will apply that ahead of time. So, those are my 3 different packages po. Thank
How
you.
about how about you, Marge?
Okay, as for Events Republic naman, pag sinabi nating full coordination, so like for example, you just engage, you just inform your family members that you're getting married, and then you don't have anyone to assist you, you'll be calling your friendly coordinators and then, hey, I'm getting married, how do I start? So doon na papasok yung end-to-end. So usually yan yung sometimes mga nasa abroad din, mga ang professions are mga doctors or lawyers or sobrang busy na wala silang time to handle from the major supplies to the minor supplies. So yun, we assist them if they avail of that full coordination. We assist them, like for example, may bridal fair, so we recommend suppliers, our partner suppliers or yung preferred suppliers nila. We communicate, negotiate with the suppliers, arrange their budgeting, and then we ask them what would be their preferences or if may mga concepts na sila in mind. From there, syempre mga yun nga, na-mention nyo rin, first time ikakasal yung mga yan, they don't have any idea unless naikasal na or pero di ba may mga couples tayo na every year kinakasal, na umiikot sa
Yeah.
bridal fair. So, very seldom naman yun. Pero yun nga, first time nila ikakasal. So, talagang zero idea sila. So, in that case, we act as their consultant. Diba? So, we act as their secretary, as their treasurer. So, yun yung assistance na binibigay natin sa full coordination. So, that's 9 to 12 months in the making. So, we go to the churches, sa reception venue, we look for suppliers na mag-fit dun sa budget nila. And then, we also provide spreadsheets or mga bridal form or wedding kit. From there, we will be providing them details on how to fill it up with the assistance of the team leads. So kami, we accept naman 2 to 3 kasi may mga groups din po kami. So if ever you are assigned to this area, there's a group that's going to handle your wedding. And then if ever out of town, meron din po kami group na nag-handle for that. So yun po, we ensure that the negotiation, conceptualization from the ceremony venue up to the reception venue is all covered. So pati rin yung sa hotel preparation. So up to the point na we ask for recommendations sa mga partners natin. So either of the two will do. Now, pag sinabi naman natin semi-coordination, that means 50%. Siguro may nabook na yung ating couples. And in that case, ito turn over na by the work itself, ito turn over na nila sa amin. So, for the suppliers na they haven't booked yet or nagpe-pre-negotiate pa sila, we will be the ones to fill it up and continue the supplies na nabook na nila. So, RSVP kasama rin, tapos anong tawag dito, yung conceptualization of the reception program, that's also part of the semi and semi coordination. Same din yung ating number of coordinators. We have the bride manager, the team leader, the groom manager, the technical coordinator, and then we also have the runners. So as part din pala ng semi or full, we also assist them. We provide bridal assistance for the prenuptial shoot. So that's part of our service. So kailangan nyo ng assistance, mag-makeup. Kung minsan yung coordinator marunong mag-makeup, so pwede na rin yun. Magbibit-bit. So graceful alalays. No, just kidding. Magagandang mga assistance naman yung ibibigay natin. Ayan. So third would be the on-the-day coordination. So usually, ito yung parang bestseller naman sa side namin. Kung sila Miss Kim, more of the full and semi, kumbaga yun talaga yung market po ninyo. Sa amin naman, for those who would want to avail of the on-the-day, yun talaga yung pinopromote po namin. Pero meron din kaming semi and full. Ayan. So for the on-the-day coordination, almost 80% meron nang nabook si couple. And then at any rate na something sudden changes in their plans, kunyari they got pregnant or may examination, bigla na lang ito turn over sa coordinator. Kagaya na mention ni Ms. Kim, a week before or 3 days before. Same with us. We have bookings na 1 week na lang. So akala namin all the while complete na dahil 1 week na lang. So ano pa rin, parang semi and full coordination din yung assistance that we provided them. So pag sinabi natin on the day, ano lang siya, tama, hindi lang kami on the day present. We will be requesting for a 2 months coordination meeting wherein we will be meeting all the suppliers na nabook nila, whether they turn over it to us or yung sila mismo nagbook, and then suppliers meeting. So we invite them sa office namin for a suppliers meeting discussing all the details of their contract. So as a coordinator, we will be checking. So that's why we ask for copies of the suppliers contract during the time that they will be booking us. Para, yun nga, we act as secretary or as treasurer. So we check what are the things that are na nagda-double. So say for example, a part of the caterer's package, may cake na, just so happen that you have a friend who would give that cake as a gift. So we renegotiate with the caterer, perhaps upgrading a certain package in replacement of that cake or something to that effect. So that's the beauty of getting coordinators. If wala kang coordinator, kung ano yung nandun sa package ng supplier mo, yun na yun. Ano ka na lang, pikit ka na lang. Pero with us, you you give extra assistance. So kumbaga may taga-audit.
Right.
So yun po, ma'am. And so on and so forth.
To add, no, sabi ni Marge, parang secretary, ano yun, treasurer, kulang na lang police, taga-usher and all. And para kami usually referee, for example, food tasting, diba? Couple, hindi magkasundo sa ulam, hindi magkasundo sa menu or something.
Tayo.
Okay, ikaw, ano mas feel mo? Ganon. So, kami yung minsan taga-referee and actually taga-balance. For example, biglang nag-away. May nag-left the group kasi nag-away sila, di ba? So, kami yung taga-balance na parang, baka you just need to talk. Kasi may iba kasi parang, ayoko na, wag na ituloy kasi nag-aaway sila, may hindi na pagkasunduan during the wedding preparations, di ba? So, meron talagang middle person. So, yun yung number one advantage if you have a coordinator with you. Kasi hindi lang talaga business magiging parang advisor mo na rin siya along the way of your, para kami marriage, counselor along the way, di ba?
Kulang lang.
Yeah, hindi po mag-aaway sila midnight, madaling araw, tatawag sa'yo, maiiyak sa'yo, di ba? Before, ma-absorb mo yun lalo nga yung pandemic ni Sharon and Rona, sobrang daming ganun. Yeah, parang may isang episode, yung bigla may tatawag sa'yo. Hindi naman ako si Dr. Love, di ba? Parang gano'n. That's normal.
Yun din ang additional na naging task ng coordinator. Parang ano rin tayo, legal counsel.
Taga-balance. Kasi you have the experience naman na. At first, of course, ma-adapt mo yung depression, ma-adapt mo yung galit, parang gano'n. Pero along the way, pag nasanay ka na, naintindihan mo na yung meaning of marriage, pag naintindihan mo na yung relationship mo with your couples, para mo na kasi silang pamilya Kasi ilang months pa naman kayo magkakasama, di ba? Tapos bigla maghihiwalay lang sila.
True.
Di ba? You have to be there with them, to them. Parang, pag mo sila i-pressure, tuloy mo yung kasal mo, wag ganun. Parang just, take a break with them. Wag mo silang iwanan. Yun yung extra work na nagagawa natin nowadays.
Yeah. And then they also make din parang request. If you have coordinator, halimbawa, yung couple is feeling uncomfortable to a specific supplier that they have. For example, yung mga experiences nila.
No?
So, pwede silang bumulong sa amin na, Marge, pakicheck tong supplier na to on the day kasi medyo, uncomfortable kami. So, hopefully, on the wedding day itself, maganda na yung flow natin. And then, nagkaroon din ng time na kami rin yung nag-push na ituloy talaga yung wedding. I have this event then. Ayawan na talaga, madaling araw. Ayawan na talaga, ma'am. Because of legal documents or something to that effect. So, ako na yung nag-push. So, hindi raw talaga nila ako makakalimutan dahil ako yung naging reason para matuloy din daw yung wedding nila. Tapos yun, okay na sila. May daughter na sila ngayon. So, ninang ako.
That's so nice. And
yun yung mga magandang
thank you for sharing. And thank you for sharing those insights and information with us because yun nga we have observed and we've gotten feedback that during the pandemic, pag nag-draw up ng checklist ng couples because yung weddings, lumiit yung guest list eh. And they are
Yeah.
starting to think na we can do this already because we only have 30 or 50 people at most attending. And one of the suppliers, ang talagang na-affect would be, I think yun, yung invitations, kasi ngayon lahat pwede, can be done digital
Yeah.
or virtual. And then the wedding planner, because they're saying, ang liit-liit lang ng guest list ko. But thank you for sharing the things that you have shared because as we all, I realized that, oh, eto na pala yung what the coordinators are doing. Rona, many moons ago, yung entry point ko in the wedding industry was we were the distributor of all imported invitations.
Invitations.
So
Yes,
that was a long
ma'am.
time
Alam ko po
ago nung
yan.
hindi pa, 'di ba, naabutan mo. Nung hindi pa masyadong maganda yung mga local invitations natin. So we carried yung mid-range and the high-end invitations from the US and Europe. That's our entry point. And since by profession, I am a marketing services and special events officer, when I semi-retired, yeah, when I availed of an early retirement in my corporate job, my bosses would hire me to handle their functions, no, in the family, in their home. So I also did wedding coordination at the time, moons ago. And listening to them, I've realized that over time, things have evolved. At ang laki-laki-laki na talaga ng scope and impact ng isang wedding coordinator sa isang function, especially in a wedding. So when I was doing wedding coordination, the wedding planner is optional. Okay?
Right.
Tapos, oo, optional yun eh. It has evolved to the point that bago nag-lockdown, bago nagka-pandemic, and the world decided to take a pause before March 15, very instrumental ang position ng isang wedding planner. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic also, bumalik ulit yung position ng wedding planner, yung item na yun na to be optional. And thank you for sharing that because I've realized hindi pwedeng optional ang wedding planner. If there are things that you will save on, it's not the planner. But of course, you also have to choose your wedding planner. Hindi lang basta wedding planners. Sinabi niya wedding planner siya, nakapag-coordinate siya ng birthday niya or birthday na anak niya or once a
Yeah.
bride siya, qualified siya maging planner. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
you've heard it. These two excellent wedding planners. Ang dami. May spreadsheets pang nalalaman, Rona. Oh my goodness, di ba?
Correct.
Yes.
Plus the whole health declaration form, QR code thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oo.
I know.
Yeah, we
It's
do
not
that
something
then.
you can get from a friend that just got married or parang a former bride, di ba? If you're
Yeah.
trying to get ang
And
dami
yung
talaga.
hindi mo kaya, yung hindi lang kaya mong basta-basta makuha sa ibang tao is yung, sabi nga ni Tita Wilma, may puso. Yung mahal mo, yung couple mo, yung willing kaming ibigay yung time namin just to hear your rants sa partner mo o sa pamilya mo. Yung willing kami i-sacrifice, yung extra time namin for families para
that's
i-guide ka.
true.
Diba? The personal things na, alam mo, pwede kasi business lang tayo eh. The usual, business, okay, working hours and all. Tapos yung kasal mo, tapos tayo. Kami, we don't just do that. Kasi we are in a world of social. We are in a world of love, diba? So, doon pa lang, mamahalin mo talaga yung, pag dumadami yung kliyente mo, mas dumadami yung minamahal mo, diba? So, mas marami kang dapat i-allot na time para sa kanila. Kasi hindi mo na po pwede may favorite ka, meron kang favorite, yung like kakausapin mo, diba? So, pantay-pantay. Kumbaga, you treat them as your family na rin. Yun yung priceless service na hindi siya
Right.
basta-basta nabibigay ng lahat.
And I think
Yun.
like
And-
couples, for example, na let's say sa bahay lang yung wedding mo, right? 20 people. Yan yung mga yan yung hindi ko na kailangan kasi kami-kami na lang naman. Di ba?
At bahay ko. At sa
Yes,
bahay ko.
sa
oo.
bahay. Family ni
Yeah.
family. a couple of extra people, and then it's at home. But the truth is, what Kim is explaining, no, as a mediator, is yun nga, it's the first time for both your families to work together, come together, and
Mhm.
try to do this event. We assure you na meron pong magkakaroon ng alitan dyan. Kahit na 20
Yeah.
yan, or 100 or 500, there's going
Mhm.
to be friction and
Yeah.
between families. And number one, that's normal. Don't feel bad. But this is the gift of wedding coordinators and wedding planners that they
Mhm.
can help you kasi yun nga minsan walang neutral, 'di ba? Yung gusto mo magbukas, you wanna, parang open up yourself and magsabi ng sama ng loob. You can't naman just say it to anybody, 'di ba? Siyempre, baka ma-offend si ganyan or whatever, whatever. But that's the added shoulder of your ano na your wedding coordinator who are happy to do it for you. Miss Margie wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, yung malasakit din natin sa ating couple. And then, yung members of the family, minsan nakikita natin na, kumbaga, secretly, may mga plans din sila. We are, kumbaga, nagiging partner rin ng family. And pag binook ka nila for an intimate wedding, kumbaga, considered ka na, kumbaga, handpicked talaga na
Yeah.
kailangan ko ng coordinator kahit na 20 lang kami because these people or these professionals sila yung titingin. Lalo na ngayong may protocols tayo. Whether it's in the house or in a outdoor venue. So sila talaga yung titingin sa atin for our safety. And then during the planning, ma-appreciate din nila yung natin, yung ating care sa kanila. Because tayo, naging bride din tayo, naging
Kayo
celebrant
lang.
din tayo. Ay, sorry.
Hindi pa ako nagiging bride.
Ay, kung akong kukunin mong coordinator pag naging bride ka.
Ayan. Diba?
Ako magkakasal sa'yo.
Kaya last week ako kung ikakasal ako.
Di ba ganun yun? Pag ikaw na mismo yung, kumbaga, celebrant, parang di ko kayang i-coordinate yung sarili ko din, di ba?
Totoo,
Yeah,
totoo.
yeah,
Totoo.
true.
Yeah. Pero you know what, sabi nga ni Miss Rona,
Okay.
yung 20 guests na lang, mas napapansin kasi ngayon yung mga ganyang conflicts. Kasi lesser people, the more chances of inggitan, the more chances of
Exactly.
selosan. Yeah,
Exactly.
so quick share lang. Parang I had this wedding last October. Sobrang mahal na mahal ko na yung couple kasi dumaan kami sa COVID, dumaan kami sa ganitong mga troubleshooting. So, from 500 guests, nag-cut down lang kami sa 50 and all. And then, nag-walk out si Daddy sa reception because of, parang nainip lang siya or masama yung pakiramdam and all. So, imagine na, if wala kang coordinator on that day, who will do the troubleshootings? So, syempre, sanay na tayo sa troubleshooting. Parang, ang hirap lang na kunin yung loob ng dad kasi hindi kayo close. So what I did, nag-walk out siya, umuwi siya talaga. Pinuntahan ko pa siya sa bahay niya. Parang to talk to him, this is once in a lifetime para sa anak mo. Yung bride namin iyak ng iyak, sobrang iyak ng iyak siya. Kasi sakit talaga nun. Kung sa akin rin yun, sobrang sakit din yun. Nafe-feel ko siya. Kaya hindi ko talaga tinikilan. Pero as coordinator, syempre, we will have to do something about it. Yung guest mo nag-aantay. Yung bride mo umiiyak. Yung tatay masama pakiramdam, what will you do? Diba? Kung mga kaibigan lang yung nandun. So, by the help of the best man naman, tinulungan niya ako pumunta doon, ayaw talaga, matigas talaga si Daddy. So, anong gagawin mo next? Babalikan mo yung bride mo, diba? Na super humakagulgod. Pero, hindi ka magsa-stop kung ano yung mga gagawin mo pang next. So, kaya ko to na-share, kailangan kasi ng someone to balance it na parang, sige, wag ka na ma-feel bad kasi nandiyan pa yung asawa mo. Nandiyan pa yung partner mo, nakakasal na ninyo, reception enjoy the rest of the day. So, meron talagang tagaway ng things in the middle. Hindi kasi po pwedeng parehong, imagine yung nanay ba, tinulungan yung bride, hindi naman nagbigay din siya ng stress diba? Parang sinisi pa siya. So, alam mo hanggang ngayon, sobrang emotional ko pag naalala ko yung yung scenario na yun. Kasi kung ako rin yung ikakasal, tapos mangyayari sa akin yun yung maaalala ko. Yun yung sinabi ko sa daddy niya. So, doon sa mga nanonood ng mga parents dyan, huwag niyong gawin yon sa wedding ng anak niyo. Kasi yun yung maaalala nila at the end of the day.
Yes.
Years back, maaalala nila yon na nag-walk out ka dahil may nararamdaman ka lang. Kunyari, nagugutom ka lang or may hindi ka uncomfy ka. So, ano ba yung konting time just to wait for your dance, di ba? Parang ganon. So, ayun, parang doon sa mga nanonood, this wedding kasi is for your daughter or for your son. So, ibigay nyo na yan sa kanila, di ba? So, same with the other scenarios. Kung mga kapatid pa yan, tita pa yan, ninong-ninang pa yan, na mainitan ng ulo, i-temp check mo na lang. Di ba, the usual registration, nagagara sila pag mahaba yung pila and all.
Yes.
Ngayon, nakadagdag sa init na ulo nila, yung temperature check sila. Hindi, akin naman tong venue eh. Akin naman tong ganito eh. But we still need to follow it, di ba? Parang, let's be a good example to everyone. Like, for example, ikaw na nga na may-ari na tong venue, o ikaw na nga tong, let's say, sponsor, di ba? Pakita mo din sa ibang guests na you are following the rules. Kasi how are they going to follow the rules if ikaw galit ka sa coordinator kagad? Di ba? So, imagine, kung wala kang coordinator, sino magbabalance umaga ng yung heat on the day, di ba? Tapos, eto recently lang may nakamit ako. He got us as a live streaming supplier. Alam mo, wala siyang host, wala siyang coordinator. Sabi ko, wait lang, parang this is not the perfect time para yan yung kalimutan mo. Pas okay pang wala kang live streaming supplier kesa sa wala kang co-host or coordinator. I'm not selling myself to him. Sabi ko nga, kuha ka na lang ng afford mo. Pero, sino gumagawa nito? For example, sino gumagawa ng health declaration ng supplier? Sino sasabit ng ingress? Sino nag-aasikaso ng crew meal nila? Sino magta-troubleshoot on the day? Sino gumagawa ng games ninyo? Yung volunteer friends. Tapos, sino mag-host? Kapatid ko, gano'n. Tapos, sabi ko, sir, alam mo, di ko talaga siya tinagtanong, sir, at least man lang, kung wala ka talagang budget, kuha ka ng host or coordinator, kahit isa man lang doon, kasi hindi po pwedeng parehong walang kayo mag-troubleshoot, yung iiwanan mo. Di ba? Para sa mga ikakasala. Huwag niyo kalimutan yung dalawang yun. Tapos, so ewan ko lang kung nakinig siya sa akin kasi December na yung wedding niya. So, gumawa ng group, may program committee. They're very lost. So ako, paano gagawin ko? Ayokong lumabas yung pagka-coordinator ko na naman. Kasi hindi naman nila in-avail eh. So parang wala talaga. Sabi ko, oh my God. Parang sabi, kumuha na lang kayo ng coordinator. Kasi parang extra time. Live streaming lang yung kinuha eh. Di ba dapat turn over mo na lang kay live streaming supplier yung details of the wedding. Hindi na ikaw yung gagawa ng program. Hindi na ikaw yung gagawa ng ganito. So, ayun, don't ever underestimate the capabilities of the host and the coordinator, kahit small wedding pa yan. So, yun. Di ba may hugot ako?
Actually, alam mo, I looked at yung clock na, naka-isang oras na rin pala tayo. Ang dami-dami pa palang pwedeng, ang dami pang pwedeng pag-usapan. But, based on all the things na kunento niyo sa amin ngayong umaga, if I am a bride-to-be, kung hindi pa wake-up call yon, I don't know what can be a wake-up call na, you really need someone to guide you, a professional to guide you. Plan your wedding, especially now in the pandemic. And tama yon, you may have well-meaning friends, no? Or siblings na, ako na lang yan. But coming from yung past life ko as a coordinator, believe you me, sa araw ng kasal, it will not work. Diba? Yan yung, ewan ko kung ganun yung feeling ni Marg, Kim, diba? Pag sinabi mo, okay, so sino ang host natin? Sabi niya, yung sister ko, kasi naman yun sa school niya, talagang nag-host siya, diba? Ako noon, pag sinasabing ganon, ang lalim ng hininga ko kasi, okay, isa to sa, okay, na-identify, diba? Parang, okay, yan ang problem. Or, when we were doing invitations, diba, okay, so who's your wedding planner? And not to sell the wedding planning business that time, but, just to find out wedding planner para pwede din ako to work with the wedding planner. Sabi niya, hindi na kami kumuha kasi yung sister ko talagang, or yung best friend ko, basta may event, siya talaga lahat yon. Alam mo yun, para akong biglang nanghihina kasi, okay, sige. Kasi at the end of the day, it's not their profession. Alam mo yun, yung hindi sa they don't care for your wedding, but when you get a professional, may inaalaga ang reputation ang isang professional. So they will do everything to the best of their capability. And sometimes, hindi nga ano lang but over and beyond
Yeah.
what's in your contract. And naririnig natin yan sa dalawang wedding planners natin on board today. So ang dami pang dapat pag-usapan. But yes, we do appreciate you telling us ano yung kinds of services. And it looks like nga, sabi nyo ngayon, on the day, semi or full yan.
I mix
Now
na
na
sila.
nagka-pandemic, may overlap ng
Overlap.
services. And maybe yung ibang topics we can reserve that on a different date, and we'd love to have you back. Kasi may live streaming pa, which is actually a business din of Kim, no? Yun, that's a whole new world altogether. A whole new world
Yeah.
altogether kasi walang ganon. Before March 15, walang ganon. Di
Yes.
ba?
We
Before.
have a
So,
question.
and may...
Sorry, go ahead,
yan.
Michelle,
Sige,
before
may
we go to the
question.
question.
Yeah, yun lang. So, I guess we can reserve that for another day. I hope you guys can come back again. Kasi ang dami pa, ang lalim. Kaya yung sa mga
Yeah.
nagsasabi,
Kulang 1 hour.
hindi na kami magko-coordinator kasi 'di ba? Parang ako nga at the back of my mind, ang dami kong gustong itanong. So we can do that some other time. So,
Yes.
Rons, yung question, may pumasok at ng tanong na gusto
Yes, we have a question from Actually, this is Dr. Anna York
Hi, Miss
Bondo,
Anna.
who we guested a couple of episodes ago, but she's asking, how do you inform the clients that the blood tests they're ordering are not helpful? I have friends who are photographers who have had more than 20 tests. So I think this is the new thing that we're seeing, no? Na there are tests that are being done for the suppliers. Most of the time, now for some reason, just the suppliers, but just to be honest with everybody who's tuned in, the way it works is it should be everybody getting tested. But Dr. Anna's question is, how do you inform the client? So kung kayo ang coordinator ng wedding, tapos merong palang mga tests that hindi na siya yung accurate tests. How would you
Yeah, yung mga
inform?
rapid, no?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to
Yes,
tell the
oo.
client straight to the point. Nasa tone naman yan eh. Kaya minsan mas maganda mag-meeting
Let's
na
spend the
naka-Zoom,
delivery.
kita yung mukha mo. O hindi ka talaga sa text kasi minsan na-judge. Diba iniwasan natin lagi the miscommunication or the misunderstanding. So, go with a Zoom meeting or Skype na nakikita ka nila. Tapos you have to explain. Kasi ako, personally, hindi ako gumagastos na sa rapid kasi sa dami na nag-interview sa atin, di ba? May mga kasama kang doctors na hindi talaga siya accurate. So, mas magandang mag-swab test ka, yung mga antigen, di ba? And then, yung mga clinics talaga yan, or list of places na okay. Kasi, you don't want to risk eh. Pero sabi nga ninyo kanina, it depends, di ba? Yung mga venues po kasi talagang required yan, or hotels.
Yes.
Meron namang wala. Pero may mga couples na ni-require yan. Meron din wala. May mga suppliers na hindi nire-require ng client or ng venue or ng hotel pero nagkukusa. Marami akong kilalang ganyan. Kasi pasok na yun sa package nila or dun sa monthly expenses nila kasi gusto nilang safe yung buong team nila, di ba? Kasi mas magastos talaga naman pag nagka-COVID ka ngayon, di ba? So it really depends on you. Pero based dito sa question ni Miss Anna, paano sasabihin sa client? Parang it's better to talk to the client physically or virtually na nakikita yung mukha mo with a nice tone, pinakamalambing na ma'am. Kasi okay lang naman po sana na we are informing the suppliers na magkaroon ng test. But this rapid, kung ano man yung brand doon, di ba? Na this is not accurate eh. Kasi at the end of the day, may fear pa rin tayo. Since hindi talaga siya at least hindi nga pumapasa sa 70% accurate eh, di ba? So, what is the difference pa ng mga presyo ngayon? Pag rapid kasi usually merong 750, merong 650. Now, may mga swab test ngayon na 1.5 lang. So, add a little more, diba? Tapos, these are the suppliers na talagang may physical contact sa client on the day. Kasi yung ibang mga crew naman na ahead, diba? Hindi naman masyadong kailangan pag mga ingress. Pero well, mas maganda pa rin talagang meron. So yun. Talagang it's how you deliver your nicest tone.
Oh, pero kasi may mga clients na ano, they insist. Yan, para nga sa amin ni Dr. Ana, may mga kaibigan siya 20 times na, 'di ba? Para na silang nag-donate ng dugo sa
Mhm.
kaka-test nila. Oo, 20 times na. But again, we'd like to emphasize, thank you, Dr. Ana, for bringing that up because we've guested Dr. Ana on the show. Doctors have already said, the medical professionals have already said, rapid
Yeah.
testing should not be the basis
Basis.
at all. Dapat nga wala ng rapid testing because it's less than 50% accurate. So, kung sinasabi mo na for your peace of mind, gawin na natin yung test, it gives you a false sense of security. And truth
Yeah.
be told, yung mga ganun nga, dun nga nagkakaroon pa ng ano nagkakaroon pa ng problema, nagkakaroon ng outbreak because you think you tested negative, so kampante ka
Mhm.
during the party, you take off your mask kahit na hindi ka na kumakain, you don't put it back anymore, kwento na kayo ng kwento, and hindi ka na masyadong ano, inaaway mo na yung coordinator mo kasi negative naman ako, bakit pa ako magso-social distance, no? But because you base it on a test that is not the gold standard for testing,
Mhm. Mhm.
nagkakaroon ng problem. And remember, even the gold
Yeah.
standard for testing, which is the PCR, tama ba
Mm.
yon? They are not even
Mhm.
claiming that they are 100% accurate. Kasi 'di ba, of
Mhm.
course, this is another topic altogether at saka talagang kailangan mo ng medical expert. Uh, may certain number of viral load yan na para lumabas na positive ka.
Mm.
So kung by the
Yeah.
time that you tested at infected ka na pero hindi pa na-reach yung viral load na yon, sometimes it comes out negative.
Yeah.
Oo, tapos but after a few hours, pag tinest ka or the following day, positive ka na. So again,
Yeah.
yes, testing is good, but it should be the right kind of test. So
Yes.
sabi nga ni
Yes.
Kim, kausapin natin ang ating mga kliyente. There's a way of explaining to them. But even if you do testing, yun, and choose the right method of testing, hindi po siya gamot. Okay,
Yes.
it's not it's not going to make you immune to the virus. The test will only tell you kung ano ang state mo at the time you took the test. If I took the
Yeah.
test now and I'm negative, pero mamaya mag-grocery ako, bumalik ako ng bahay, and I picked up something from the grocery, bali wala na yung negative status ko ngayon.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
that is why we really have to follow. Itong paulit, the whole hour you've been hearing our two coordinators saying yung protocol, we have to ensure. Yes, that is why it's important to follow the protocol because even if it's already
Yes.
very traffic outside, no, akala nyo normal na. Um,
Mhm.
again, we are
True.
opening up because of the economy. But
Mm-mm.
we are still in a pandemic. Hindi pa po dinideclare ng World Health Organization na tapos na ang pandemic. And sila lang po yung makakapagsabi talaga noon. May batayan din yan. So, yes, when you have your social functions, maganda po talaga na may professional event planners on board and make sure po. These
Yes.
two, I can vouch for them. Siyempre as an organizer, yung iba nagagalit na, dapat teams, hindi nyo ba ano, kasi minsan nagkakaproblema talaga kahit gaano ka-professional naman yung ano. Kasi
Yes.
human ano di ba? Meron ganon. But as an organizer, themes and motives naman, we make sure bago ka sumali sa events namin, registered ang negosyo mo. Alam yan ni Marge. Alam na alam. And si Marge, no, we know Marge from way back. From her corporate days, we know
Dalaga
her
pa ako,
from way
ma'am.
back. Hindi pa Baula.
Hindi pa ba?
We've known her. Yun, hindi pa siya ano. But she knows that na kahit kakilala na namin siya personally, very strict kami. Kaya nga hindi siya agad nakasali noon eh. 'Di ba, Mars, naalala mo na,
Mhm.
ma'am, sabi niya, sasali na ako pero inaayos ko pa muna yung papers ko. And it was only the
Papers. Yes.
time na meron na siyang business papers, that's when we allowed her to join, 'di ba? Kasi madali naman, ang daling kumuha ng suppliers. Lahat ng walang
Yes.
papeles, sige pasalihin mo. Okay, but
Mhm.
again, we put premium in the fact na we'd like to offer professionals to all those who are planning to get married out there because after all, this is the most important. or kung hindi man ito yung most important, ito yung isa sa biggest milestone of your life. And you
Yes.
deserve nothing but the best, diba? The best services. So, these two, I'm happy to have them on board this morning. Before namin kayo, hindi pa ako nagpapaalam sa inyo, but proud lang ako that you're part of the 11/11 year-end bridal sale. Sabi ng iba, bakit 11/11? Hello, matatapos ng November. Kasi po hanggang 12/12 kami. So kung na-miss niyo yung 11/11, huwag po kayong mag-alala. Hanggang 12/12
Ito.
po. It's a bridal fair like no, oo, it's the bridal fair like no other. Ang iba lang ho dito is hindi ho tayo on ground, pero meron po silang online booth, si Miss Kim, si Miss Marg, that you can go to at i-check nyo po doon. Meron pong photos ng trabaho nila. Nandun po kung may special offer sila, nandun po sa kanilang online booth. At ang maganda nito, meron siyang leave message facility so you can leave your message. You can call because your call, magre-ring po yung phone nila dun sa number na binigay nila sa contact details nila. And on November 28 and 29, that's our exhibitors live day. It's straightforward. It's like this, meet and greet para nakikilala nyo, magkukwento sila, ano yung promo, anong ginagawa nila. But on that day, Saturday and Sunday, 28 and 29, from 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening, they will be live on their computers at pwede nyo po silang i-chat at real time. Ala, syempre naka-live kayo, di ba? Parang dapat magla-live kayo, Martian. So, ito po siya. When you
Yes.
go to the website of the Motives, yan, sinishare ni Miss Rona. So, naghahanap ako ng wedding planners. I-click yan ni Miss Rona. Yan. So, it will go to the wedding planners. Dalawa yan eh. It's either you go to by category. Ayan. Ayan po, nakita niyo na. So, yan. So, ang una-una nating umiikot po yan. Yan. May promo po si Miss Kim, ang Kim Torres event. Sa iyo yan, no, Kim? Typhoon
Yes. Yes
Ulysses.
po. Yes po.
Yan.
Ayan.
So, yan. So, lahat ng suppliers na kasali, yan po yung booth nila. And when you enter, you go to the online booth, kung ano pa yung nakalagay doon. So, it's a bridal fair, online bridal fair like no other. And we really suggest that dahil active na active po si coronavirus, let's not be misled. Kaya grabe ang observance ng protocols ng dalawa nating wedding planners. This is the safest way that you can plan for your wedding. Na comprehensive planning, di ba? Everything that you would need. Ayan. Ayan, no? May on the day, less, yan, si Events Republic, March, 20% off ka pala. Ayan, yan ang kanyang
Yes, ma'am.
online.
Yeah. So you see that this is how you can shop talaga, or add to cart in our 11/11 12/12 celebration. You know what I
Yes.
really love about this is you can do it anytime. You know, ako kasi guilty ako na nagsuscroll ako sa mga online shopping ko bago ako matulog. This is what I call my daily exercise, scrolling of my thumb. So, so this is something you can also do, no? Yun nga, everybody's
Okay.
busy. Yeah, even if we're locked down, you know, a lot of us are still, syempre, we're working, or we're still, you know, setting up businesses or trying to pivot and things like that. So we understand that time is of the essence for everybody. And hindi po natutulog ang website namin. Pwede po kayong mag-online at tumingin kahit mis oras na po ng gabi at yun lang po ang oras na meron kayo. Go lang, hindi kayo sasaraduan ng pinto niyan. Pwede po kayong you can look at all the promos and all the discounts at 11/11 to 12/12, of course. Grand year-end online bridal fair.
At hindi lang promo, the exhibitors are also uploading yung portfolio nila. If you wanna see na ano na ba ang nagawa nila, 'di ba? So some of them have photos or video links of their work. So, yan, it's one of one-of-a-kind online bridal fair. So please take advantage hanggang December 12th. And then on November 28 and 29, they will go live. Ganito po, meron tayong forum that's 1 to 6 in the evening. And they will get the chance to introduce themselves to you and what they can offer you during this time of the pandemic. Or even if you're planning na, sige, talagang palilipasin ko at sa 2023 na ako magpapakasal because I really want it grand, I want 500 guests, they will also tell you that they have packages for that and what you can expect from them. Yan. So, siguro Rons will invite si Kim and Marg ulit kasi we've just covered yung ano ba ang ginagawa nila, no? The basic, the services that
Yes.
they can offer at yung mga naging experiences. But marami pa tayong pwedeng himayin sa trabaho ng isang wedding coordinator. And kay
Yes,
Kim nga, I really want you, Kim, to come back and talk about the live stream services. Kasi
yes.
bago
Sure.
yan eh.
Ang iba din
Bago
eh.
yan
Iba din
sa...
yung kakainin na time eh.
Oo, tsaka iba
yun,
siya.
iba.
Iba yung kailangan mong
So,
isipin to live stream your wedding. It's a
So we will
completely
schedule that. We will schedule that. Pangako po namin, babalik po ang ating dalawang wedding planners to share more information for those couples who are planning or starting to plan their wedding. So baka you can give us yung last points nyo for the morning, pabaon sa mga viewers natin. I guess, Marge, would you like to go first?
Yes. For the recently engaged and soon to wed, having an intimate wedding should not stop you from dreaming a grand wedding. So, ano lang yan, a matter of adjustment and flexibility. So, for as long as you are in love, stay excited. Nandito kaming lahat ng mga suppliers para mag-assist sa inyo ng on how you will be able to achieve your dream wedding. So, ayan po. So, stay in love, stay excited.
yes. Sa akin naman, love conquers all and love wins, literally. Imagine the Taal eruption, the COVID, the bagyo, but love is still screaming, di ba? Nandito pa rin tayo. So, tuloy naman to everyone, mapa-debut, all kinds of events. Just get a professional who really know their craft. Bonus, they love their craft. Kasi ibang service yung kaya nilang ibigay sa'yo. Hindi lang business. It's more than, it's priceless. So, now, medyo nabawasan naman na yung mga negativity around us, no? Yung mga depression and also, we are coming back. Just be an inspiration to everyone. Kasi we need to influence din yung mga co-suppliers natin, our couples, di ba? Yung sabi ko nga kanina, we are balancing, we are the mediators of our couples. Just continue what you are doing. Tapos, for the couples, kung gusto mo naman talaga ikasal, gagawin mo talaga. Sabi ko nga, kahit 3 days to go na lang yan, di ba? Pero syempre, I don't advise that kasi mas maraming pwedeng gawin in a long preparations. Again, yung mga contingency after contingency, troubleshooting after troubleshootings, kaya mo lahat gawin yan beforehand. Pero pag super close na sa wedding or sa event, chances are talagang on the day mo gagawin yung iba, di ba? So ayun, ako naman I really don't push really myself to possible clients kasi yung clients may kanya-kanya personalities yan. Alamin nyo yung dream wedding nyo. Alamin nyo kung sino yung gusto ninyo makatrabaho. Diba? And then, lahat kami magiging masaya para sa'yo kasi at the end of the day, wala kang regrets. It's once in a lifetime. Yun. So, for the promos naman po, I'm giving away three first clients who will book us starting today up until November 30. Yung first 3 po, merong free Zoom wedding setup since meron kaming live streaming. Yun. 3 lang kasi syempre, sakit din sa bulsa ng pag lahat, diba? So, yun. And then, again, meron din ako ongoing promo posted na yung mga clients ko na magda-down sa amin, the 20% of the down payment will go to the proceeds of the Typhoon Ulysses victims. So, yun na yung mga small way of helping kasi we are in a love industry. Yun. Thank you, Miss Sharon and Miss Rona. And Marg, super happy to share the screen with you.
Yeah. Hoping to see you all in better days.
Yes, oo.
Yes.
Physical na, no?
That.
Oo.
Saka si Mark nga, di ba, ang mag-wedding coordination sa'yo, Kim? Natagana yun sa
Compliment mo, Ma'am Ron.
na sabi ko, iwasan yun.
Correct. Ang tanong, gusto mo bang, ang magandang tanong ngayon sa mga next live, gusto mo bang ikasal ngayong panahon ng pandemya?
Pandemic.
Diba?
Yes.
Oo.
So thank you, of course, for joining us this morning. Thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you for sending in your questions. Thank you for saying hello. And again, we'd like to invite you to the 11/11 Grand Year-End Bridal Online Fair is still open. It's up to 12/12, so that's December 12, and it's only November 21. There are so many great deals, so many discounts, and also so many prizes, which you can be part of or you can avail of. Kahit po hindi kayo mag-book, diba? You just register.
Yes. Just register. Register.
Yes.
Oo.
And please,
And Ron, ang pinaka gusto ko is this is the online bridal fair na lahat sila professional and legitimate wedding suppliers. Yan. So, kung natatakot ka to transact online because ang dami ring hindi magagandang stories about transacting online, Themes and Motives has gone the extra mile of really checking and making sure that these are legitimate registered businesses. Kaya nga sa namin, featuring SEC and DTI registered businesses.
Yes.
So, yun po naman ang
Yes.
commitment ng organizers behind this online bridal fair.
hindi po kayo matatakot because of course we understand, no? Like we always say, it's your hard-earned money and it's the pandemic. So of course we definitely respect how you would like to use your funds, and that's why we would only bring you legitimate suppliers who will be able to navigate a pandemic wedding with you. So
Correct.
thank you. We'll see you again next Saturday, and love wins, everyone.
Yes,
Kasal.
love wins. Thank you so much
Thank
po.
you.
Morning, everyone.